Hi. So today's question is, which is more profitable in general for Kindle and KDP authors, fiction or non-fiction? Well, it seems a little bit confusing. So this is an excellent question because I can see how it could be frustrating realizing that there is plenty of different types of genres we can write in, whether we're dealing with the nonfiction or fiction, which has both of them have many, many different areas we can do. And if we're looking at seeing a possible business that we can have around it, that we're actually caring that we're going to make money, then this is something we definitely are going to want to know before we start investing a lot of time into it. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com. Hit the subscribe bell, leave a comment, or to help me produce more videos like this one. Now, let me go a little bit into my own story. For me, I already had some nonfiction ideas in mind when I started writing my power list books. So I realized that I was thinking with efficiency and how to use lists and along those lines. And so it was an easy choice for me. I didn't have a story that I wanted to write when I first got involved. And so later on, though, I did make some discoveries. I took a number of courses. I watched an awful lot of videos. I listened to a lot of podcasts. And the answer to this question became quite visible as I did some research. And the answer to your question is that, well, it's not so simple, but fiction, it does earn more money, but it's a lot harder to find your readers. So if you're having people that are uh, you're going to find people that are going to be reading your books, you're going to have to find them because they're not going to find you. They're not doing a Google search on you. Now, there is an exception for this. That would be if you're writing in a very hot genre. So some people like to read different types of romance books. And so if you're using the keywords that they're looking for, they don't really care about you as an author. But many people are looking for specific authors in the fiction area. And so it's very difficult to be found since there's so many other people you're competing with. And this is one of the reasons why nonfiction is a lot easier to be found and for people to buy your book. Nonfiction is focused on solving a problem which people are searching for. So they are going to type into Amazon or they're going to type into Google their problem. And if your book has those keywords in it and it's ranked highly for that exact search, then they will find your book. Even if you're not a big name author, they can very easily find your book. And if it promises to solve their problem and does solve their problem, then they will buy the book and they will read it. So this is the advantage of the nonfiction. It's because people don't care so much about who it is who wrote the book as long as it appears that it's going to solve their problem. And I personally would recommend, if you're not clear over which way to go, I would still say that the nonfiction is the correct route, unless you have a story or you are a fiction author already. Then, of course, you're going to go with the fiction route. But maybe even for authors, some of them have found it to be very difficult. You write your book you've had on your heart, and when you get it out into the world, you find that marketing it is a lot harder because what problem are you solving? You are solving a problem, which is the problem of just people wishing to be entertained. But in terms of they have a problem regarding exercise or diet, or maybe a problem how to train their dogs, or other problems along those lines, they're not going to be searching, they're not going to find your book through a search that they do within a search engine, whether Amazon or Google or some other search engine. So, and that's the reason why I would recommend that you go for the nonfiction route in the long run. Well, what have you found? Did you find that you were able to make money writing fiction? Or maybe you have found that the nonfiction route is a much more profitable route in the long run. Even if it earns less money, it's much more predictable and we can do things, including finding those keywords. I'll include in the description the tool that I use, which is KDPspy, Kindle, and I think you'll find that that is a very useful tool for finding keywords that you will use for your fiction and even or your nonfiction and even your fiction. So do you have a problem? Have you decided? Please leave your comments below and check out a link to my other videos so I can answer your other questions regarding self-publishing. Thanks.